Hey guys! Today we're going to talk about abortion.
Yeah.
It's a controversial topic.
Let's get into some opposing views on the topic, as well as how abortion actually works.
Here's the ideas that liberals and conservatives have about abortion.
Keep in mind that when we say liberal ideas and conservative ideas, these are both very generic, generalized versions of what conservative and liberal even mean.
That was really impressive.
It's perfect because I am a white male.
Hi, I'm from Alabama, and this is the state's law on abortion.
This is what abortion is like!
A recent law passed bans all abortion from the time a woman is known to be pregnant. Under the Human Life Protection Act, a doctor who performs a banned abortion in the state of Alabama would be guilty of a Class A felony, and that would be sentenced to life in prison. Several proposed amendment that would have allowed abortion in cases of rape and incest were rejected. Conservatives believe in pro-life, abortion is murder, taxpayers' money shouldn't be used for abortions, human life begins at conception.
Conception. This is why liberals are smarter.
Yeah. Abortion is morally wrong. If they had consensual sex, it's their fault for not being safe. And God.
Ew. Now time for the laws in California. This is what abortion is like. I'm sorry, but I don't have the money or the environment that would be healthy for you to grow up, and I have to abort you. Ooh. Now I can make time to create a more sustainable environment for my baby when I am ready to have children. In California, a woman can get an abortion up until her fetus becomes viable. By definition, a fetus becomes viable if it is likely to sustain survival outside of the uterus. Once the fetus becomes viable, though, a woman's right to abortion becomes more limited. Upon viability, abortion is only legal when necessary for the life or health of the mother. Not all medical professionals can provide a surgical abortion in California. They must have a valid medical license. That license cannot be revoked or suspended. There were 419 facilities providing abortion in California in 2017, and 161 of those were clinics. Liberals believe being pro-choice, taxpayer-funded abortions, women have a right to abortions, and the government should protect those rights. Okay.
You're a murderer, you know that?
So, actually, in some cases, abortion could, in some cases, women having more rights could actually help overpopulation because in some countries, like not America, women are getting married very early in their lives, so they are having a ton of children, and they can't afford to feed those children, and they can't get abortions, otherwise they'll go to jail, so that's why there's so much overpopulation.
Did you learn that at the Women's March?
I learned that all the way to the Women's March.
Oh, okay.
Here's the percent of people in each state who are pro-choice. Alabama, 37%. Alaska, 63%. Arizona, 49%. Arkansas, 38%. California, 57%. Colorado, 59%. Connecticut, 67%. Delaware, 55%. District of Columbia, 70%. Florida, 56%. Georgia, 48%. Hawaii, 66%. Idaho, 45%. Illinois, 56%. Indiana, 43%. Iowa, 52%. Kansas, 49%. Kentucky, 36%. Louisiana, 39%. Maine, 64%. Maryland, 64%. Massachusetts, 74%. Michigan, 54%. Minnesota, 52%. Mississippi, 36%. And Missouri, 45%. This graph is the state's laws on in what point of pregnancy you're allowed to have an abortion. It's either 13 to 24 weeks at viability, 25 plus weeks, or no limit is when they don't have a law enacted right now for when you can have it. And just a note, multiple states have recently passed bills strictly limiting abortion after 5 to 6 weeks of pregnancy with limited exceptions, and in Alabama's case, banning the procedure altogether. Here's how Planned Parenthood explains what exactly goes on in an abortion.
You'll go to a health center for counseling and the abortion. The abortion itself usually takes 5 to 10 minutes. You'll get medicine to help with any pain.
Suction abortion is the most common kind of abortion procedure.
During a suction abortion, the doctor or nurse will examine your uterus.
Put a speculum in to see your vagina. Sorry, I didn't mean to stutter. Forgot I was a feminist for a second.
Inject a numbing medication into or near your, is that a word?
Cervix. Stretch the opening of your cervix with a series of dilating rods if you haven't had them put in earlier.
Insert a thin tube through your cervix into your uterus.
Use a small handheld suction device or suction machine to gently take the pregnancy tissue out of your uterus.
You may also use a small surgical tool called a
Curette?
Curette.
Remove any tissue that's left in your uterus, or check to make sure your uterus is totally empty.
That's what happens in an abortion. Obviously, the viewpoints aren't going to be black and white like this. You could still believe in being pro-choice and still think abortion is wrong for yourself.
Whoa.
Yeah, you don't gotta be, you don't need to want an abortion to be pro-choice. You can be pro-life if you want to.
Listen, if your mother had the abortion, we wouldn't have to sit through this stupid assembly.